Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
To some, this is just a ball. To Iowa Farm Bureau, it's much more. It's opportunity for small-town kids to make it big. It's our youth, our community leaders, our past, our future. It's hopes and dreams, passion and pride. To Iowa Farm Bureau, this is the reason we work so hard. This is Iowa. Iowa Farm Bureau. People, progress, and pride.
Good morning and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Alongside Laura Leonard, I'm Larry Morgan. In just a moment, we'll have the matchup between top-seeded Glenwood and 8th-seeded Dubuque Wahlert Catholic. Right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Well, Laura, so far the top seeds in 5A and 3A have had no problem getting through the first round, and now Glenwood hopes to continue that trend.
Well, they are hoping that they definitely can continue that trend and work their way into that championship game. They are a high-powered team. They score a lot of points. They like to get up and down the floor, so it's going to be a tall test for Wahlert Catholic.
Wahlert Catholic, on the other hand, plays a lot of 5A teams in the Mississippi Valley Conference, and 5 of their losses have been to 5A teams by a total of 14 points.
So they've played some good competition, so you really can't count them out, and you look at that, they're the 8th seed playing the number 1 seed, but really are they the 8th seed with the competition that they've played? They may come out and surprise Glenwood.
Good question. Let's take a look at our road to state.
Well, with Glenwood, they have been able to defeat Sergeant Bluff Luton, and they're making their 4th appearance here at the tournament, looking to try to get to that championship game. And then Wahlert, Coach Chris Spiegler has been able to bring her team along, as you had mentioned, played some tough competition, and they were able to get here by beating Waverly Shellrock and their 7th tournament appearance.
And Waverly Shellrock was ranked 5th in the state, so that was a big upset victory by Wahlert Catholic. When we come back, we'll dive deeper into what these two teams will need to do to win today's game with our Kruger Seeds for Success. Plus, we'll have your starting lineups as we get set for tip-off. You're watching the 2021 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And that's halftime, folks. I'm Gus Johnson, and it looks like the Clarks are starving. Over to Dad.
He goes for the Casey's app.
2 handmade pizzas.
Incredible! Casey's curbside pickup. What a play! Bringing it home. Boom! He scores with Casey's Pizza. Order any large Casey's pizza. Score another for just $5.99.
Casey's for the win.
Today's Seeds for Success being brought to you by Kruger Seeds. And as we take a look at this matchup between Glenwood and Wahlert Catholic, let's take a look, Laura, at the Seeds for Success.
Well, what Wahlert Catholic needs to do is they need to get back in transition. They have to hustle back. They have to identify the three-point shooters. Glenwood will put up 25 three-pointers a game, make about 9 of them, so they need to know where the shooters are. Handle the full-court pressure, handle the half-court pressure. They're going to see different looks. They need to be able to take care of the basketball. And then for Glenwood, they want to play up-tempo. They want a lot of possessions. They want to be able to take a lot of shots on goal. So look for them to try to run anytime they can. And then they need to take care of the basketball, because when you play high tempo like that, you could turn it over. They've got to value the basketball, limit the turnovers, and play with some toughness.
Today's Seeds for Success brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first-name service. Learn more at kruger-seed.com. So it's the Glenwood Rams with a 19-3 record. And interesting to note their 3 losses, Laura, because they were to 2 larger school Nebraska teams and to 1 in Missouri.
Well, they went out and played some competition outside of the state lines and wanted to test themselves. And they actually, and we'll probably talk about it during the game, they played a team out of Nebraska, Millard South. They lost that game, but they felt pretty good about that loss, and we'll discuss that, I'm sure, as the game goes on.
That turned out to be the motivator. So we will take our final break before tip-off, and when we come back, we'll have your team introductions and starting lineups for this tournament matchup. You're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
You are my favorite place to go. You're at the end of my favorite.
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we work hard to give you the freshest produce, the highest quality meat, and the most affordable prices.
You shed a light that guides me home. I got it. You're my favorite.
Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
Fans, the Iowa Bankers Association is proud to help students reach their goals, both financially and educationally. That's why they're honored to provide 5 student athletes from this year's basketball tournament with $1,000 scholarships. Follow their Facebook page, facebook.com/Iowa Bankers, to see the winners. The Glenwood Rams, who have not lost to an Iowa opponent this year, take on Wahlert Catholic. And certainly when you try to play Glenwood, you have to slow them down, as they average 72 points a game. And as you mentioned, Laura, love to shoot the 3-ball.
And they are a team, you talk about the points they put up on the board, but they are number 2 in 4A as far as field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and they are number 1 in 4A in free throw percentage. So they can get to the line. They do knock them down, take advantage of that. They are a machine. Wahlert's going to have their hands full, but I think they're going to be ready for the test.
Wahlert losing 4 of their last 5 to end the regular season, but knocking off 2 ranked opponents in the regional semifinals and finals to reach the state tournament for the 7th time, with their first since going back to 1978, their first since 2013. And now let's go courtside for our public address announcer, Tim Fitzgerald.
Fans, and welcome to today's 2021 Girls State Basketball 4A quarterfinal matchup between the visiting team, the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles, and the home team, the Glenwood Rams. Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Wahlert Catholic High School and Glenwood High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Kylie Cashman, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Wahlert Catholic High School, Janan Wachter. And from Glenwood High School, Monica and Jim Hughes.
The definition of sportsmanship is the quality of showing fairness, respect, and generosity towards the opposing team and officials.
Things you say and do are a direct reflection of your school and community. Please stay positive and enjoy the game.
Please stay positive and enjoy the game.
Coaches for the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles. Number 1, Amaya Levens. Number 5, Maria Freed. Number 10, Gabby Moran. Number 14, Nora King. Number 23, Abby Cluck. Number 30, Maggie Heyer. Number 32, Becca Schmierbach. Number 33, Julia Bush. Number 40, Grace Oglesby. And number 44, Allison Bainbridge. Your assistant coaches, Gary Schuster, T.J. King, Mariah Reeves, and Ruth Burning. And now, here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team from Glenwood. Number 10, Emma Hughes. Number 11, Danica Arnold. Number 12, Lauren Roenfeld. Number 15, Lauren Becker. Number 24, Grace Neitzer. Number 25, Kate Hughes. Number 32, Cameron Crouch. Number 33, Morgan Stanislav. Number 34, Kennedy Jones. And number 35, Brinley Arnold. Your assistant coaches, Brian Diekman and Holly Schneider. And now, here are your starting lineups. For Wahlert Catholic, a 5'4" senior, number 3, Maya Wachter. For Glenwood, a 5'11" sophomore, number 3, Jenna Hopp. For the Golden Eagles, a 5'6" senior, number 11, Mary Kate King. For the Rams, a 5'10" junior, number 4, Coral Matheny. For Wahlert Catholic, a 5'8" senior, number 20, Allie Kutch. For Glenwood, a 5'9" junior, number 13, Abby Hughes. For the Golden Eagles, a 5'7" senior, number 21, Anna Chanley. For the Rams, a 5'8" junior, number 22, Madison Camden. And for Wahlert Catholic, a 6' sophomore, number 24, Emma Donovan. For Glenwood, a 5'9" senior, number 23, Elle Scarborough. Head coaches for Wahlert Catholic, Chris Spiegler, and for Glenwood, Brian Rasmussen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the area in front of the scorer's bench. Your officials for today's game, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union: Travis Berkey, Garrett Wirtz, and Brian Rodemeyer. All right, who's ready for state tournament basketball?
And before we begin today's game, we'd like to once again thank Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support. The Iowa Farm Bureau has an office located in each county across Iowa, and we'd like to thank the offices listed on your screen for their support of their two teams playing in our game today. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting the IGHSAU and the Iowa Girl. Wahlert in blue, Glenwood in white, trimmed in black. Brian Rodemeyer to toss the ball into the air. And the opening tap in this 4A quarterfinal controlled by Wahlert. They go in deep and score immediately as they go right inside to their 6' sophomore, Emma Donovan.
But what a great play to start. Mary Kate King just sneaks in off of that jump ball and starts the break.
The penetration by Camden. The following shot is there. Nice work by Jenna Hopp on the pickup.
Stayed right with it, a lot of contact, so that tells you that they're going to let them play a little bit here to start this ball game.
Glenwood with a lot of pressure defensively, and that's something that Wahlert Catholic will have to contend with. Mary Kate King is their point guard. The ball inside and off the baseline. The shot won't go by Anna Chanley.
You could see that zone extended, and that caused Wahlert some problems, but they were able to find an opening.
Hopp losing the basketball. Walker wants to take it to the paint and misses the shot but draws a foul. And the game's first foul comes up against the Rams.
Wahlert with a little scrappy defense of their own, getting the steal, and I think that's where they're going to be able to put some pressure on Glenwood. They have to get out and run, because if they try to set up against this pressure zone that they're going to see from Glenwood, they're going to have to be patient on offense.
Abby Hughes gets the foul, and Maya Walker hits the free throw. Walker, a senior, 5'4". They really love her aggressiveness. She's going to play soccer at St. Mary's in Minnesota, and she knocks down a pair of free throws.
You know, they always say those soccer players are really good defenders because they know how to move their feet.
Scarborough hands it off to Hopp. This is Abby Hughes facing the defense of Mary Kate King. Wheeling into the lane with a bank shot is Elle Scarborough, who averages almost 11 points a game.
Nice spin move, saw the defender coming, spun away from it, was able to get a good look at the hoop.
In the paint, the ball knocked away and a foul spotted inside off the ball.
That's going to be on Elle Scarborough with the foul, reaching in.
Her first foul, team second. Walker on top, looks for some help. Gets it down low to Donovan. Donovan spins but can't score, and the rebound is pulled out by Madison Camden.
Good footwork by Donovan. Nice fadeaway, just could not finish it off.
Hughes goes all the way baseline, and the shot knocked out of bounds on the block.
Donovan coming over on the backside, so misses the shot, hustles down to play some defense, gets the block. That's her 11th on the season.
Elle Scarborough to inbound. Averages nearly 5 assists a game in addition to her 11 points, and it's kicked out of bounds by Mary Walker.
The soccer player.
Yes.
Using those feet.
She could have used her forehead. That's what soccer players do, but she
right.
did not. The inbounds feed intended for Matheny. but it's batted away, and so once again, it'll be Camden to inbound.
They're making it very tough. It's not just an easy inbound.
Glenwood making their fourth state tournament appearance. They lost to Lewis Central last year, 62-51, their only loss.
Anna Chandley gets a little too aggressive on the defensive end.
And so once again, it'll be Scarborough to inbound. This has been a chore for Glenwood trying to inbound the basketball. Congratulations to the Golden Eagles for as tough as they have made it.
Well, that again is Wachter, the footwork from the soccer player.
Trying to maintain control as Hop as she went to the deck. And the ball will go over to Wahlert at long last. They must feel like if we were counting time of possession, that it certainly would favor Glenwood.
Actually, it is going to be Glenwood's
Yeah, you're
ball.
right. They still keep it at this end of the court, and there's a foul. And it's going to be called against Allie Kutch.
So that tells you how aggressive they're being. Look how far out now Glenwood is extending it. They're not packing it in anymore. They want to have a little room to be able to inbound on the baseline.
And so once again, El Scarborough will attempt to inbound, and I say attempt advisedly. It's been a real issue for the Rams.
And in our picture, you can't even hardly see any of the Glenwood players. They're all back at half court, and they're going to make a sprint towards to get it in, and that's probably the easiest inbound they've had so far this morning.
Camden catches it up high, swings it for Hop. She'll try a three ball. And a scrap for the rebound, and it's out of bounds off of Abby Hughes, and it goes over to the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles.
Right now, Glenwood has met their match defensively against Wahlert. They are playing very tough.
Chris Spiegler, their fifth-year head coach, coming up with a solid defensive plan. They'll play a lot of different defenses, and that'll keep Glenwood, at least the plan is to keep Glenwood off balance. An open lane to the basket, and Mary Kate King saw it and filled it.
Spread the floor. That opens up the driving lane.
At the other end, an attempt by Scarborough and an offensive foul.
And that's going to be the second one on El Scarborough.
And so for that reason, Glenwood will go to the bench for Emma Hughes very quickly. Substitutions in today's game brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com.
It's going to alter the game plan a little bit with Scarborough out. She's a player that in her career over 1,000 points, over 500 rebounds, and 300 assists.
Chandley in and out from the corner. Emma Hughes quickly up the court. Emma Hughes, 5'7", a senior, coming in off the bench as the first sub. She's an outstanding three-point shooter and proves it right there. She had 7 three-pointers in one game this year. That is her 37th this year.
And a nice dribble drive, draw the defense in, kick it out to the open shooter.
Mary Kate King, who really makes this offense run, handles the ball at the point. This is Wachter. King being guarded by Emma Hughes. Trying to drive on the baseline is Chandley, but she steps out of bounds, and the turnover gives it back to the Rams.
And Jenna Hopp was down there on the bottom part of that 2-3 zone. She saw the drive on the baseline, was just a hair late and stood straight up and down, but still did not leave enough room and kind of pushed and moved her to the out-of-bounds side.
Maria Freed in for Wahlert Catholic as the shot, nice hook shot by Coral Matheny gets her first 2 points and gives Glenwood their biggest early lead.
And now Glenwood seems to be settling into a little bit of a rhythm.
And the takeaway by Abby Hughes. And then she gets fouled by Mary Kate King.
I believe we're going to get a jump ball on that. I think they called a tie up there and no foul.
I think you're correct.
So Glenwood will maintain possession.
Nora King on for Wahlert Catholic. She is the sister of Mary Kate King. She's a sophomore. Mary Kate being the senior. IMT bringing you substitutions in today's contest.
I didn't see the one official called jump. I think the back official called a foul, but obviously here the jump ball is the winner in that debate.
The officials doing good job communicating. They just want to make sure that they get it right. Here's a three-point try, nothing but net for Abby Hughes. Her 25th three this season. She's a 41% three-point shooter.
In the regional final, 12 points. So coming in with the hot hand, scoring above her average, and gets a big shot to go here.
Glenwood switches to his own. Bottled up is Freed, so she tries to get rid of the ball. It's loose, and the ball out of bounds, and it's going to stay in the Golden Eagles' end.
They're starting to extend that zone defense, getting out and pushing Wahlert out of their comfort zone.
Ellie Kutch to inbound, the 5'8 senior, who averages almost 6 assists a game. Looking for some help is Mary Kate King. Gets it out to Donovan. And the drive is there by Mary Kate King, her second layup. She's got an early 4 points.
And a quick steal.
Dubuque Wahlert being very sharp on the defensive end thus far, and there's a foul whistled against Emma Hughes.
So Wallert's one of those teams that we're seeing. They're scrappy, they're pesky, they hang around, they make things happen and create extra possessions for their team.
A less than impressive 13-9 record, but Chris Spiegler said this team always thought they could make it to state. And again, they play that tough 5A schedule, and that has something to do with it. Nearly a takeaway by Scarborough, and finally a jump ball, and the possession arrow is going to keep it at the Wahlert Catholic end. Wahlert Catholic with their first state tournament appearance since 2013 and their 7th overall. Inbounding, Mariah Freed. The block by Ridley Arnold. Arnold off the bench at 6'3", which is a great luxury for any team.
And shows her athletic ability there, the two bigs going up against one another.
And El Scarborough takes it right to the glass, and it's a 6-point advantage for Glenwood.
Scarborough back in the game after picking up those two fouls and is aggressive on the baseline, taking a chance.
She is a difference maker. Nora King pitches it back to her sister, Mary Kate King. Their dad, TJ King, one of the volunteer coaches for Wahlert Catholic. The 3-point try in and out by Nora King. Spin move into the lane and foul called on Wahlert Catholic.
You can see how quickly Glenwood was able to pull the rebound and get the outlet pass, let Scarborough work one-on-one. Nice spin move.
So with two fouls, El Scarborough had to go to the bench for a while, but she comes back in and immediately makes an impact. What a career she has had at Glenwood. She's a 1,000-point scorer, more than 500 rebounds, and more than 300 assists.
And Coach Rasmussen said she could lead in every statistical category if they needed her to. She's just that gifted of an athlete.
She's got 4, and it's a 16-8 lead, a 4-point run right now for top-seeded Glenwood.
Now we're getting the full court pressure. We've just seen the half court extended 2-3. Now they went full court after the free throws.
Here's King penetrating, and on the way in, she got fouled. Fouled prior to the shot. And it's Jenna Hopp committing the foul.
When they're able to spread the floor like that and give King some driving lanes, she has great handles, able to work her way around the defense.
Freed wants to try a shot, but again, it's Ridley Arnold there for a second block. Arnold's a 6'3 junior, world of potential, already getting some Division I offers, but Ryan Rasmussen has the luxury of bringing her off the bench at times. She has started 11 games this year, but what a luxury it is to bring the 6'3 performer off the bench.
And great timing as well, and she was kind of directing traffic out there, trying to get everybody in position defensively. Couldn't get the set that she wanted, and she was able to block the shot.
Takeaway by Jenna Hopp. and she is bumped by Nora King.
Good active hands, getting out in the passing lane, getting the steal, and starting the run out.
Huff will go to the line. The sophomore with quite a season, averages 14.8 points, almost 3 assists, almost 8 rebounds, and she had a 14-rebound game for Glenwood earlier this year. And normally a good free throw shooter at 74%. For Glenwood, Lauren Becker, a 5'11 senior, comes in. Substitutions today brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Hot missing both free throws, and coming out with the basketball is Mary Kate King. She wants to take it right to the rack, trying to feed underneath to Donovan, but the ball is taken away, and those turnovers beginning to hurt Wahlert. And speaking of hurt, pivoting to the floor is Emma Donovan. Donovan, the 6-foot sophomore, with a collision, and she goes down hard.
And I did not see what happened. I was not following that sequence, and not sure if she hit her hip or her back. She is in a lot of pain.
That she is. So Donovan being attended to.
And they can't afford to have her out of the lineup. They need to have her height in there and her presence in the middle.
Definitely. Glenwood coached by Brian Rasmussen, who is now the 2-time 4A Coach of the Year by the State Coaches Association in the western part of the state. And Donovan is up. She is their leading scorer, as you say, and leading rebounder, so they can ill afford to have her out of the lineup. What a regional final Donovan had with 14 points, 10 rebounds against Waverly Shell Rock in the Wahlert upset of Waverly Shell Rock, 52-46 in the regional final. Jenna Hopp ready to inbound for Glenwood with a minute 38 remaining in the first quarter. Glenwood top seeded, top ranked. Wahlert not ranked, 8th seeded.
You know, Glenwood returned everybody from last year's team that went 22-0 in the regular season and lost some games this year, but the team has responded very well.
And you talked about one of those losses was really not devastating, but rather a motivator.
They lost, they went across the border, played at Millard South in Nebraska. They lost that game as a high-scoring affair, 107-83. But Coach Rasmussen said they went in the locker room and the kids were like, okay, that's fine. We hung with them. We scored 83. Kind of gave them a new perspective on how they wanted to finish the rest of the season. And I think that has been the motivator for them.
He said it changed their focus and their mindset. And, yes, they've been very tough to stop ever since. As the starter, Madison Camden, back onto the floor, the 5'8 junior. The set being brought to you by IMT Insurance. Mary Kate Smith all the way in this first quarter for Wahlert Catholic. Ball poked away by Arnold, but picked back up. Here's an open look for a 3 ball, and it's nothing but cord for Nora King. King hasn't shot a lot of them in this year. That's only her 8th make, 18%, so below 20% is the 3-point shooter. But to knock one down in state's got to inspire confidence.
Oh, it really does, and they consider her the spark plug.
Arnold scores on the pass from Scarborough. Glenwood with their biggest advantage. And they pick up at half court. So they've showed man and zone so far in this first quarter.
And even with that 2-3 zone extended, they don't just fall back into a regular 2-3. They continue to extend and put pressure on the offense.
Nora King on top, looks for some help. Final half minute of the first quarter. This is Mary Kate King. Nora King on the penetration, looks to dish to her sister. Makes a nice fake, shoots from the baseline, but it's long. And there's a foul on the rebound scrap. They got Jenner Hopp, and that will be her second foul. 7.6 left to play in the opening quarter.
Glenwood has got a couple of players with a little bit of foul trouble here in this first quarter.
Switch to inbound. This is Chandley at the buzzer. Knocks it down. And it's Chandley. Hits from the baseline to make it a 5-point game at the end of one quarter. It's Glenwood 18 and Wahlert 13. We'll be right back with more basketball. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Des Moines. The S's are silent.
Hey fans, Central College has a tuition price less than $20,000, and that means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. One quarter by the boards, Glenwood 18, Dubuque Wahlert Catholic 13. Glenwood ball to begin the second quarter.
And Glenwood shooting 78% from the floor, so you'd think they'd be out to a bigger lead, but Wahlert has held their own defensively.
And the putback by Courtney Matheny.
Matheny picking up the garbage, able to get the putback, and that is what Glenwood wants, those extra possessions going to the offensive glass.
Trying to get the ball into the post is Wahlert, but the takeaway by Jenna Hopp. Hopp out front to Scarborough, and she will go to the line.
Nora King felt like she got back in defensive position and got ball, but trailing the play a little bit. The official did not see it that way, and that puts Scarborough on the line.
And gives Nora King her second foul. Scarborough is the player that, according to Brian Rasmussen, really makes their team go. The 5'9" senior does really a little bit of everything.
Yeah, she does, and you can tell she just has a good basketball IQ, understands the game, understands angles.
Chandley open from the corner, drills the shot.
And that time Glenwood didn't understand they need to get out and guard the open shooter because she was wide open.
That's her 15th three of this season. From the top, it is a travel called against Abby Hughes, and the ball goes back to Wahlert Catholic. And into the lineup for the Golden Eagles comes the starter, Maya Walker. Got a couple of free throws in the first quarter. She's a player who will shoot a lot of two balls. She's only attempted 60 shots and yet already got to the foul line 34 times, which speaks to her ability to penetrate.
Well, one of the things Coach Figler said is she is a little bulldog out there. She's very aggressive. She's feisty. She will take it right at the defense. Really doesn't have any kind of fear, and we've seen that so far out of her today.
And for Glenwood, the foul goes against Matheny, and that'll be her first. Chandley took a charge on February the 8th against Linmar, had to undergo the concussion protocol, and there was great concern whether she'd be back for the tournament, but she is healthy. There's a block by Scarborough. The lead feed for Camden. And Camden will go to the line.
What an outlet pass by Hopp. That was a laser beam from the backcourt. Hits her in stride, and Camden couldn't get to the rim, but got fouled, gets to go to the line.
She's a 40% free throw shooter who knocks that one down like she's anything but a 40% free throw shooter.
Yeah, looked really good on that one, and you can see the defensive transition, and that was something we talked about as one of the Kruger seeds to success was for Wahlert getting back in transition because Glenwood will push tempo.
Glenwood boosts the lead once again to 7.
It's going to be number 3 on Scarborough.
So El Scarborough, who is such a big factor for Glenwood, with 3 fouls, and Emma Hughes will quickly check onto the floor to replace Scarborough. IMT Insurance bringing you that sub is going to the free throw line. Mary Kate King, who started playing basketball when she was in 2nd grade, and even then, her dream was to play at state.
Well, dream come true. You work hard, and you become part of a really good team, and you're able to make those dreams come true. And here she is standing at the free throw line, helping her team.
Knocks them both down, and she has 6 points to lead Wahlert Catholic in scoring. So Glenwood coming in with the glossy record and the top seed, led by no more than 7. Right now it's 5 as Wahlert Catholic. Good job hanging in, but the outside shooting of Emma Hughes continues the red-hot string of shooting by the Rams.
Well, we said they're a 3-point shooting team. They will take about 25 a game. They make about 9, and they are on pace right now to do the same kind of thing, what they average throughout the season.
Well, they obviously love the 3-ball. In fact, Brian Rasmussen, when he got to take the job after 12 years at Underwood, told his team in their first meeting, you guys are all going to learn to shoot the 3.
Yeah, he asked how many are 3-point shooters, and only a couple raised their hand, and he said, well, that's going to change. We're going to make you all 3-point shooters, and just so they could be a threat on the floor, not necessarily be that huge 3-point shooter, but be a threat out on the court.
Walker got bottled up. Kutch made a nice cut to bail her out and score.
And that's great movement without the basketball, understanding when somebody picks up their dribble, you got to move to help them out.
Mary Kate King with the rebound. Had a big regional final against Waverly Shellrock with 13 points and 6 rebounds off the baseline. The shot is long by Walker. And a push spotted on the rebound scrap.
I think that's going to be on Chandley.
That'll be her first foul. And the team fouls are even at 8, so both teams in the bonus for the final 5:14 of this second half. Emma Hughes coming off the bench has knocked down a couple of threes early in this one, a 37% three-point shooter, and hits the free throw. And thus far, Glenwood taking advantage of those free throw opportunities as a team, a 74% free throw shooting team, and they've only missed 1 so far today in 10 tries. Going coast to coast with it is Donovan, who was injured earlier, back in now, got it blocked. And then a tie ball in the scrap for the rebound. It'll stay in the Wahlert Catholic end.
Brindley Arnold back in the ball game, got a piece of that one.
And we've got a timeout taken with 5:05 left to play in the first half. It's a Glenwood lead of 8 at 28-20. We'll be right back with more basketball as you're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Glenwood 26 and Wahlert Catholic 20 with 5:05 left to play in the second quarter.
Both teams Glenwood cooling off just a little bit, but they are still shooting at a high percentage, 69%, 9 of 13. Wahlert, 7 of 17 for 41%, and both teams from three-point range, 40% for Wahlert, 2 of 5, and Glenwood at 50%, 3 of 6. I think they'd like to have more three-pointers right now here in the first half, or three-point attempts.
Chris Spiegler using that timeout, charge it to Wahlert Catholic. As they try to penetrate the paint. Instead, the three-point shot off the front of the iron by Allie Kutch, but an offensive rebound gives Wahlert another chance. Another miss, and the rebound is taken by Matheny. Racing up the court, Hughes misses on the layup. And Wahlert brings it quickly the other way in the person of Mary Kate King. She'll penetrate and will be drawing a foul, and will go to the line.
Mary Kate King was able to work her way around the defense and avoided a charge as well. Got fouled prior to that. But she is such a great ball handler, crafty, and able to find openings and work her way around the defense to get an open look.
Emma Hughes gets her second foul. Mary Kate King, who's been on the varsity all 4 years of her Wahlert Catholic career, wants to play college basketball, is still shopping around for the right opportunity. She'll make somebody a good one, won't she?
Oh, absolutely. She is just your typical point guard. She understands how to distribute. She understands when to attack. Is a leader out there on the floor, gets her team set up, and is a little one of those defenders that just is pesky and gets in your back pocket.
And Mary Kate King is spelled by her sister Nora King. Wahlert tries to add, Glenwood tries to add to a 6-point lead, and they work inside to Madison Camden for her first basket. And with that, the Rams take their biggest lead. Glenwood once again extending that defense to midcourt. Donovan backing in the middle. Off the baseline, the shot won't go by Nora King, and it's one and done, and the rebound by the 6'3", Brindley Arnold. Boy, Glenwood moved the ball down the floor effectively that time, Laura, and they get an open look that won't go by Emma Hughes.
Yeah, they did a great job. Ball didn't ever hit the floor. It was all passing.
Donovan gets it inside to Walker, and Walker will go to the free throw line.
Waller's doing a great job of getting the ball down in the paint and getting good looks at those high percentage shots. Drawing a lot of fouls on Glenwood. They're starting to pile them up.
Walker knocks down the free throw. She is 3 of 3 from the line. Hop and Emma Hughes back onto the floor for Wahlert. Substitutions today being brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. One more for Walker. Her first miss of the afternoon, and Addie Hughes runs down the rebound. Hughes with the carry. Dribble got high, and she got her hand on top of it.
Yeah, just tried to make the move, and the dribble got away from her. She just pinned it against her hip, and the official called it.
Nora King walks it up the floor. She's the real spark on their ball club, according to their coach. Takeaway, and Camden is unable to finish. The follow shot won't go. Offensive rebound by Hop, and she gets fouled.
Last time Wahlert brought the ball up the floor and we saw the top part of that 2-3 zone extended, I thought, just get it to somebody at the top of the key. Well, they did. And Glenwood makes a great play from behind to get the steal.
Kutch gets the foul. That's her second. Hop goes to the line, averages 15 points the ball game. Has scored 2 thus far. And Brian Rasmussen, her coach, says nobody puts in more time on her game than this sophomore.
She just always goes the extra mile, always in the gym working out, just making herself better.
When you talk about Glenwood just continuing the tradition, when you have a guard like her to help things out. That really certainly assists the effort.
You always need a leader like that when you're building a program.
Biggest lead of the ball game for Glenwood. And unable to finish is Kutch, and it's again one and done, doing a good job on the boards, rebounding on the Rams. Hoff, little crossover, offensive foul. That's her third foul.
Yeah, we talked about it. Scarborough, Hughes with 3. Now, is that Hop that's picking that up? She's got 3. So they've got 3 players with 3 fouls.
And Matheny will replace her. And for Wahlert, Wachter checks out. And Mary Kate King comes back on. Nora King walking it up with 2:40 left to play in the first half. Biggest deficit so far for Wahlert Catholic. And there's a foul in the scrap for the loose basketball, and Matheny picks it up, and that'll be her second.
And that's the right play. You want to get the ball to the middle against this pressure defense, but the one thing that Donovan, she's getting the ball coming to her, and then she's fading away. She needs to step to that ball to secure it before she turns and makes a move with it. She's allowing the defender to sneak in from the backside. That time, they got caught for the foul.
Donovan was shaken up earlier, knocks down the free throw. Saw Glenwood coach Brian Rasmussen in his 3rd year. The rebound taken down by Brindley Arnold. And Matheny, kind of an unforced turnover, just lost the dribble. So King tries to attack for the Eagles. 3 try by Kutch.
And a contested 3-pointer. Kutch able to knock that down with somebody in her face.
It's a 5-point game. As we near the end of the half, off the baseline, the shot by Brindley Arnold.
Facing up, showing that she's got good ball handling skills, able to go one-on-one and get it off the glass.
The Golden Eagles on the attack with King getting fouled. Or is it a travel? It's a travel instead. King called for the travel, the turnover. And those turnovers beginning to mount up against the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles.
Now number 7 for Wahlert. And I think King just thought that she was going to get a little contact when she flew in there, and she didn't, and took that extra step.
Gabby Moran onto the floor for Wahlert Catholic. The ball kicked out. 1:35 left to play in the half. Camden with the inbounds pass to Abby Hughes. Hughes being shouted by King. King goes for the takeaway. It's loose, but picked up at the midcourt line. And the crowd wanted an over and back, but it wasn't because it had been deflected. And meanwhile, on the floor, Camden scrapping for the loose basketball gets a foul. And it looks like King got a shot right about the neck area in that scramble for the loose basketball. And so she is being attended to.
And that was just like blood in the water for those defenders. Once the ball got loose, they just kept going after it and going after it. Finally able to get the turnover.
And Hughes again inadvertently got a shot right around the Adam's apple.
Yeah, it's getting scrappy out there. It's getting physical. It's been physical all game long, and so you have to adjust your play. And I think both of these teams have. I know Coach Spigler not happy about the last little sequence of events, but he's got a good shooter on the free throw line, and they're going to try to take advantage of the steal.
Mary Kate King averages 12 points a game, second best on the Wahlert Catholic roster to Emma Donovan's 13. Wahlert has struggled at the line this year, 58% on the season.
They're going to have to take her out because Coach came out on the floor to check her out. And you can see Coach explaining that. She came out to check on her, and so King does not get to go to the free throw line, and that puts Maria Freed in. to the ball game to shoot these free throws.
Reed's been at the line only once this year, and she made it. And she comes off the bench cold in a pressure situation, and nothing but net.
That's a tough situation to be put into, and just like in practice, you just step up to the line and knock them down.
I think Free does things that they don't expect of her. She's the one who was on her back and hit a three-point shot that got some notoriety.
Oh, that's right.
Down the lane all the way to the hoop, Abby Hughes on a nice drive.
Hughes did not wait for anybody, and the defense did not pick her up and slow her down.
Final minute, first half. Kick in the corner, and the shot rims out by Chandley. Glenwood now will pull it back, look for a high percentage shot in this final minute. Not looking for the last shot, though. What a drive going to the floor. Camden able to finish it anyway. She's got 6 points all in this quarter, and a timeout will be taken by Wahlert Catholic. Chris Spiegler wants to talk to her team about this perhaps final possession of the first half.
Well, and she wanted to get Mary Kate King back into the lineup and wanted to have her have the ball in her hands. So you have to wonder if they're going to set something up for her. There's a good look at that drive by Camden, splitting two defenders and able to finish at the glass.
Very impressive by Camden. Good look at the Wahlert cheering section. First appearance at the state tournament for them since 2013.
Long time coming, and you had mentioned the fact that they play a really tough conference schedule. They play a lot of the 5A teams, and that has gotten them ready to be here at the state tournament.
Wahlert Catholic in their fourth state tournament appearance under Chris Spiegler. He's run into Bishop Heelan the last 3 times out and just trying to get past them or past somebody, and this time Glenwood is the challenge. Couple of jab steps by Kutch, but she can't get free. King got hooked by Arnold. First foul called on Ridley Arnold, and that will send King to the line. A 72% free throw shooter is perfect in 4 tries so far today.
And they want to make sure that in these last 16 seconds, they don't want to give up a shot at the buzzer. They're going to have to get back on defense, and they're going to have to be tough. They don't want to gamble defensively, but they don't want to give up a buzzer beater going into the locker room at halftime.
King with 9 first half points. Down to 7 seconds. Penetration by Hughes. Nice pass as she slips it into Matheny.
Hughes lost the handle on that, but it came right to Matheny, who calmly knocked it down.
And it's an 11-point lead for the Glenwood Rams at halftime, which represents their biggest lead so far in the ballgame.
Well, it was a battle, and Wahlert stayed, made some runs. They were able to get back within 4 or 5 points, make it a ball game. But then right down the stretch in the second quarter, Glenwood was able to knock down some shots and extend that lead heading into the locker room.
Well, we'd like to take a moment again to thank our title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau, for their support of the state basketball tournament earlier this week. Tom Florian of the IGHSAU had the opportunity to sit down with Iowa Farm Bureau President Craig Hill for an interview to learn more about Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the IGHSAU and student athletes across the state.
And we'd like to welcome you into the halftime show. I'm Tom Florian with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We hope you've enjoyed the first half of action here at today's game. The Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament here now in its 102nd edition in Des Moines, a great event for the state of Iowa. And we here at the Girls Union are so thankful for those who support us in putting on this fantastic event, none of which are more important and great as Iowa Farm Bureau, our proud title sponsor. Joining me now here at halftime is President of Iowa Farm Bureau, Craig Hill. Craig, good to see you.
Good to see you, Tom.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here. We want to tell the viewers about Iowa Farm Bureau and the support that you provide to the Iowa Girls Union. My first question to you would be, why does the Iowa Farm Bureau invest and support the Iowa Girls Athletic Union?
Oh, well, Tom, the Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union now for 16 years. And we're thrilled, once again, to be a part of what we consider to be the best girls' state tournament in the country. And it does showcase Iowa's elite teams, our elite players, and I would suggest our elite fans as well. But we recognize the pandemic. It has certainly made the trip to qualify for this tournament just a little bit more challenging. And, I would suggest that it's also a testament to the ability of our student athletes to adapt and to persist through these tough times. So we're just so proud of these student athletes.
And you mentioned the student athletes and how they've grown and persevered through this challenging year. Talk about why Iowa Farm Bureau is so invested in supporting Iowa's youth.
Oh, well, Tom, I'm a farmer, but I've always said that our kids here in Iowa are our most important crop. And that's why the Iowa Farm Bureau provides just over $250,000 in scholarships to students each and every year. More than $450,000 over the last 8 years for Iowa's teachers in terms of classroom supplies, as well as our sponsorship of 4-H and FFA and many other youth organizations, but of course, the Governor's Scholar Program. And we recognize academic students or academics and students in Iowa through that program.
And you mentioned recognizing and providing recognition and scholarship opportunities for youth in Iowa. But these student athletes here on the court today, they're actually taking home some other types of souvenirs, if you will, from the state tournament. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, each player will receive a signature ball, a basketball that coaches and players can sign. Everyone can keep as a keepsake and kind of a reminder of what the journey has been to get them here to the state tournament. So it's an opportunity for us to provide some good memories and keep that keepsake in front of them as they go on as being leaders in Iowa in our communities.
A cool keepsake, most definitely. Well, Craig, we are out of time here at halftime, but I want to thank you again for your support of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and everything that you do. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Tom.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year. And remember, the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within you.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community, like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Our thanks once again to Craig Hill and the Iowa Farm Bureau for their continued support of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. When we come back, we'll recap the first half stats for both teams and discuss what we might see from both teams as they take the court for the second half. You're watching the Girls State Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs in building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Maybe that's why scientists are trying to recreate real meat. Trying to duplicate the taste and texture, often using more than 20 ingredients. But why tamper with what Mother Nature already perfected? A more complete, high-quality protein, Iowa raised meat is the original health food, with 9 essential amino acids necessary for the human diet. Nutrients that are hard to get from plant-based proteins. Best of all, the real meat on your dinner table tonight was sustainably raised with love by Iowa farm families. As much as people may try, there's just no substitute for the taste, texture, and nutrition of nature's perfect protein. But hey, keep at it. It's flattering that so many products want to be us.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything...
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
And that's halftime, folks. I'm Gus Johnson, and it looks like the Clarks are starving. Over to Dad.
He goes for the Casey's app.
2 handmade pizzas.
Incredible! Casey's curbside pickup. What a play! Bringing it home. Boom! He scores with Casey's Pizza. Order any large Casey's pizza. Score another for just $5.99.
Casey's for the win.
Halftime in the first 4A quarterfinal finds top-seeded Glenwood leading Wahlert Catholic 40-29. Fans' official state tournament merchandise is now available online. Time to get your smartphones out. Just scan the QR code on your screen now or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Well, Laura, we saw some outstanding shooting from Glenwood in that first half as we take a look at the numbers.
Yeah, Glenwood 14 of 22 for 63%, and Wahlert 8 of 23 for 35%. The three-point shots, not where Glenwood would normally like it for them. 3 of 7 for 43%, and Wahlert 3 of 9, 33%. Both teams getting to the free throw line a lot, rebounding advantage to Glenwood, and not a ton of turnovers. You would think that in a ball game like this that is up-tempo, we'd see a few more turnovers than what we've had, but the one thing is that Wahlert has taken advantage of those turnovers, and points off turnovers, they have 10 of them off those 9 turnovers for Glenwood.
Glenwood averages only 11 turnovers a game with their up-tempo offense at 72 points. That's really impressive.
It's very impressive, and they do take care of the basketball, and they know how to handle it. They know how to run the break. But they have just been matched up against a team that has a good scouting report on them, and they are out defending, challenging them on every pass.
Well, we mentioned this is the first 4A quarterfinal. It won this afternoon. The 5th seed and defending champ North Scott goes against Central DeWitt And then rounding out the 4A quarterfinals, 3 o'clock, it's 7th seed Harlan against 2nd seeded Ballard. And then 5 o'clock, Vondron-Farrar takes on Dallas Center Grimes.
All very good matchups. I think this 4A class is kind of wide open. I think you've got a lot of talent in 4A. North Scott, the 2-time defending state champ, they are back for the 3rd year in a row, and they're the number 5 seed, though, going up against Central DeWitt. I think Ballard and Harlan, you and I are going to have that one. That's going to be a good contest, and don't count out Dallas Center Grimes or Bondurant-Farrar. Both of them have had really good seasons coming in.
Absolutely. So Glenwood enjoying their biggest lead here at the half by 11. For Wahlert Catholic, what do they have to do to get back into this one?
Now, I think Wahlert has to continue to play the kind of defense that they are playing. Now, they gave up 22 points in the paint, so they have to defend that. They have to protect the paint, maybe force them out. I know Glenwood's a three-point shooting team, but they've gotten a majority of their points on the inside. Maybe push them out a little bit, and let's see what kind of changes in the defensive strategy they have. They've worked the ball very well and have been able to attack on offense, and I think they need to continue to do that.
Some people counted Wahlert Catholic out when they knew they had to face Waverly Shell Rock in the regional finals. Waverly Shell Rock ranked 5th in the state, but Wahlert Catholic won that one 52-46 to surprise some people and get to state.
Well, they never really had any doubt about it. Seniors expected to be here at state, and so they're going to make the most of this second half to see if they can advance.
El Scarborough picked up 3 first-half fouls, takes the inbounds pass from Camden. And that pass a little bit tall for Abby Hughes, but she runs it down. They will go inside and score with Courtney Matheny, and she's not missed a shot this afternoon. She's 4 for 4.
And a great feed by Jenna Hopp. She was able to find Matheny down low and just give a little touch pass to her.
Mary Kate King tries to slip the pass inside to Donovan, who goes to the floor trying to retrieve it after she mishandled it.
If that's on Hopp, that's going to be number 4.
Hoff, who averages 15 points and 8 rebounds a game, somebody that Glenwood really wants on the floor, but they're going to have to do without her for quite a while as she picks up number 4 very early in the third quarter. The 3 ball is long by Kutch. Racing the other way, Camden, and it's broken up. But a foul on the play.
And that's going to be foul number 3 on Mary Kate King. So now we're starting to see both of these teams have some significant players getting into foul trouble.
On the free throw line, Camden, a 40% free throw shooter who thus far this afternoon had hit her first 2, but misfires with that one. She's got 6 points. Emma Hughes comes onto the court for Hoff, who's got 4 fouls. IMT Insurance bringing you our substitutions in this battle in this 4A quarterfinal, the opening 4A quarterfinal match. One more for the junior, Madison Camden. She knocks that one down. She's got 7, and her team has their biggest lead.
Right now, not a lot of movement for Wahlert Catholic. They're a little stationary.
Kutch with a floater that won't go. And the rebound secured by Hughes and then run down by Scarborough. Open in the corner is Camden. Her first miss of the afternoon. Scarborough with an offensive rebound that won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Kutch.
What a nice effort, though. She flies in for the rebound and tries to tip it back up, and that's a nice take right there.
Anna Chandley scores the first 2 points of the second half for Wahlert Catholic.
Quick attack, and that's what Wahlert Catholic needs to continue to do. Get the ball down the floor and attack.
Scarborough in trouble, does a good job of getting it out to Hughes. Hughes on the miss, and the rebound by Donovan. Donovan, coast to coast, and the call will go against her.
You could see that right about the top of the key. You knew that Donovan was not going to give the ball up, and Camden stood her ground. You can see it. That's a great look at it as Donovan comes in. At that point, she should have recognized that, pulled up, shot the little jumper.
Abby Hughes walking it up the floor. Here's Elle Scarborough. Getting it back on top to Hughes. Inside to Matheny. Wahlert making it tough for Glenwood to find a good look.
Yeah, not catching anything cleanly, not even catching anything in shooting position.
And then the deflection and steal by King. The lead feed to Chandley. And a tie-up for the scrap for the rebound. Good hustle by Emma Hughes to get in there and tie up the offensive rebound attempt. Possession arrow will keep at this end of the floor. 5:36 to go in the third quarter. A 12-point lead for top-seeded Glenwood. First two seeds in this tournament in 1A have advanced. First two top seeds. Pass inside and a nice score. Nice execution that time, and it's the two for Allie Kutch, and Kutch with 7 points for Wahlert Catholic.
Well, all of that was set up by Wachter. She has been all over the place here in the third quarter, and Kutch the recipient of being able to get the shot.
Abby Hughes knocks down a 3-ball, her second of the ball game. Glenwood's 13-point lead.
It was good ball rotation that time to find the open shooter, just like that was for Wahlert Catholic.
And Chandley knocks down the 3, and she's heating up. 5 points early in the third. Scarborough goes inside, and she gets fouled.
Now, this is kind of the tempo I think we thought we would have. It's up and down, both teams getting out and running the floor, making good passes, getting good ball rotation.
And if that's on Emma Donovan, and I believe it is, that would be her fourth. And Scarborough connects for her 8th point. Donovan goes out with 4 fouls. One more for Elle Scarborough. He has 9 points to lead Glenwood in scoring. Wahlert Catholic down by a dozen. Has Kutch out front. Kutch with a kick off the baseline. It's King. Offensive rebound taken by Wachter, and she will go to the line.
I'm telling you what, for my money right now, I would take Wachter as my first draft choice because she has had hands in the passing lane. She's deflected balls. She's boxed out. She's played defense, gone to the glass, done a little bit of everything here in the third quarter.
Brinley Arnold, her second foul for Glenwood. Wachter looks for her 5th point. It rolls in, and she cuts the margin down to 10. Scarborough on the dribble for the Glenwood Rams. Emma Hughes looking for someone to pass to. Shoots off the baseline short. King with a rebound. She's everywhere.
Yeah, she is, and you could see the good ball handling was in some traffic, a little crossover dribble to clear herself.
Now King eyes the basket, tries to go inside and score. Did a nice job with the defender, Matheny, right in front of her.
Able to adjust on the drive to get it off the glass. Great move.
She's got 11 points. It's an 8-point margin. A drive down the lane by Matheny.
Matheny comes back with the answer. Able to get the drive and got the contact finished. And is going to get the and one.
Matheny with a big game. 10 points for her. She averages 9. She hit her first 3 shots, and I believe she's now 4 out of 5 shooting the basketball. Here's King once again penetrating, looking to dish, but Scarborough reaches up with her long arms and pokes it away. Scarborough leads the break, spins into the lane, puts it up a little too hard, and then hustles after her own rebound. Didn't get it, but showed great hustle chasing it. Open look for Emma Hughes.
They just took a minute to reset, and they kicked the ball back out, dribble drive, out to Hughes. defense had sagged in, and she was left wide open.
Nora King, number 14, joins her sister, Mary Kay King, in the lineup. The 3 ball is long by Kutch, and coming up the loose basketball, Hughes. And a foul whistled there. And that one will go against Nora King, and that's her 3rd foul. We've got a timeout with 2:54 left to play in the 3rd period. Glenwood with a 13-point lead over Wahlert Catholic at 53-40. And you're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Top seed Glenwood with a 53-40 lead over the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles with 2:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. Larry Morgan and Laura Leonard with you.
Well, both of these teams have come out with a little bit of extra energy here in the 3rd quarter, playing at a very high tempo. And I think the tempo and the pace that we thought we would see from these two teams.
Camden looks to inbound. Scarborough has really been a difference maker this afternoon for Glenwood with 9 points with the basketball. Almost a tie up there, but she's able to get it out to Emma Hughes. And Hughes knocks it down.
Well, Hughes has come up big here in the last couple of possessions. Really seems to be very comfortable shooting the basketball today.
Biggest lead for Glenwood, up by 15. Out of the corner, the shot bounces around a couple of times and won't go. But Chandley battles for her own rebound and will get to the line because of a good second effort.
A great job by the shooter following her shot, just waiting for the ball to come to her, put herself into position, pulled that rebound, went up against 2 defenders.
Anna Chandley can make a claim that probably nobody else in this state tournament, and actually very few people can claim. Her grandfather coached in high school an NBA Coach of the Year.
Yes, Nick Nurse was the player that I think a lot of people know about Nick Nurse, and had the opportunity to coach him at it's Kemper, right? Carol Kemper?
Carol Kemper, yeah. You're absolutely right. It's a 7-point quarter for his granddaughter, Anna Chandley, in a 12-point ball game for the senior.
You know, Wahlert Catholic just keeps hanging around, and it's their defense and their scrappiness that's keeping them in this ball game.
That they do, and remember, despite their 13-9 record, they play a host of 5A schools in the Mississippi Valley Conference Mississippi Division. Emma Hughes, who's done a good job as the 6th player. And then a timeout will be taken. Timeout by Glenwood with 2:01 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Glenwood leading at 55-41.
Well, I think Coach Rasmussen realized that maybe Wahlert Catholic had changed up defenses a little bit, coming out a little more aggressive, and was pushing his team out of position. They just want to take this time to get a little bit of a reset, get things back to where they want to run the offense very smoothly. And this Wahlert Catholic defense is disrupting a lot of things right now.
Glenwood, coached by Brian Rasmussen, his 3-year record at Glenwood is 62-9. But when he came to Glenwood from Underwood, they had won just 11 games the previous 2 years. But what a terrific job he did of rebuilding that program with help from an outstanding senior class with people like Scarborough, and really one of the few seniors who sees a lot of action. Though a lot of youth on this Glenwood team. They start a sophomore, and they also start 3 juniors.
Yeah, they are a team that's going to hang around. We're going to see them here for quite a while because of their youth, but started with Scarborough helping build the program.
Boy, indicative of how hard these teams are playing. How many tie balls have we seen this afternoon?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of them. There's a lot of scrapping on the floor for those loose balls. Nobody giving up on any of the loose balls.
Scarborough with a long inbound feed to Abby Hughes. Camden holds the ball high. Abby Hughes with it.
Wahlert Catholic now man-to-man.
And being recognized by Glenwood. Into the lane comes Arnold, almost lost it. Suddenly, being patient, gets the open look for Abby Hughes. Well, that time patience really paid off for the Rams, and Hughes hits the basket.
They worked a little bit of a motion, a weave, and Hughes able to step through the defenders. But what do you do when a defender is up on you and on your hip, playing right in your face? You put the ball on the floor and you blow by him, and that's exactly what Hughes did.
11 points for the junior Abby Hughes. She was always a good defensive player, needed to work on her offense, and that offensive work has paid off not only this season, but certainly today, as Ridley Arnold wraps up the rebound. And that time, doing a good job, Wahlert Catholic getting back in that transition defense to prevent the easy basket.
Yeah, pass just thrown a little bit behind. Camden didn't get the lead pass thrown that she needed to.
Final minute, third quarter. With it is Walker. Glenwood stays in the 2-3 zone. Open look from the free throw line by King, and she drills it.
Nice recognition to see that the double team was down in the corner, and she just cuts to the open spot on the floor.
So both teams showing patience on their last possession and getting it to pay off. Pass intended for Arnold and batted away by Donovan. It's a good battle between the 6'3" Arnold and the 6' Donovan.
Donovan playing with those 4 fouls, so gambled a little bit there.
Gabby Moran back in for Wahlert Catholic, and with those 4 fouls, Chris Spiegler decides that she will sit Donovan here for the final half minute of the quarter. And trying to get around Hughes, but she is stopped and fouled by Kutch, and that will be her 3rd foul, making her 4th foul. 4 fouls now on Allie Kutch. So Abby Hughes goes to the line. He's part of a state championship track team at Glenwood. Brian Rasmussen working his bench. And Morgan Stanislavs makes her first appearance in the lineup, a 5'9" senior, averages 3 points a game. And also a change for Wahlert. And with those 4 fouls, Donovan comes back in. Substitutions today brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com.
Yeah, you look at the foul situation. Both teams in a little bit of trouble. Mary Kate King for Wahlert Catholic has 3, and Kutch has 4. Donovan has 4. Nora King has 3. And then on the other side, Jenna Hopp has 4. Coral Matheny has 3, as does Scarborough and Hughes.
13 points for Abby Hughes. 17-point lead, biggest of the afternoon for Glenwood. So suddenly time becoming a bit of an enemy for Wahlert Catholic as we near the end of the third quarter, and that is the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back with more basketball. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You are my favorite place to go. You're at the end of my favorite.
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we work hard to give you the freshest produce, the highest quality meat, and the most affordable prices.
It guides me home. I got it. You're my favorite.
Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
Hey fans, as a reminder, Central College has a tuition price that's less than $20,000. That means the college experience that opened doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships still available. Apply today at central.edu. Fourth quarter underway with the top seed, Glenwood, holding their biggest lead of the afternoon at 60-43.
Trying to overload a side, and that's allowing the trap to happen down in the corner.
The floater in the lane is good by Kutch, and Kutch now with 9 points.
They've been running the offense to the right side and overloading. That allowed Kutch to be able to take that dribble drive and pull up before the defender got to her.
Hoff with 4 fouls back on the floor for Glenwood as the fourth quarter begins. She holds the basketball there. Abby Hughes looking inside, nothing going there, so she'll take it midway down the lane to the block. And then as she loses it to the floor, almost lost it, and on top of her is Mary Kate King to get the foul.
That'll be number 4, but you could see where King was forcing her to her left, overplaying the right side, forcing her to go left, thinking that she might be able to get a steal, tried, but then got caught for the foul.
Hughes misfiring at the line. Out with the rebound comes Allie Kutch. Kutch with the kick. The 3 ball from the corner won't go by King. The rebound taken down by Matheny. And the lead feed is long for Abby Hughes.
Trying to push tempo and get the ball up the floor, get a quick hitter if they could. And that's exactly what they do. Off the miss, they are looking to outlet right away and push the ball up the floor.
King gets that off to Hop. Off to Walker. King penetrates. Kicks in the corner. The drive by Chandley, but she misfires on the shot. And out with the rebound is Scarborough. That's her 4th rebound.
Shot was changed as she was making that drive. They got a lot of paint protectors in the middle defensively.
And it's a blocking foul called against Chandley. And this will send Jenna Hopp to the line. Hopp, who averages 14.8, limited today to 4 all in the first half because she has been limited by fouls.
And that dangerous drive on her part with those 4 fouls could have been a situation where she might have picked up her 5th.
Absolutely, close call. She's able to knock down both free throws. Brindley Arnold replaces Hopp with those 4 fouls. She'll leave, and Arnold comes in. She's got a pair of fouls. She brings outstanding size, as we mentioned, at 6'3" to the middle for the Rams. It's Kutch on the drive, and then she kicks, and the ball goes out of bounds. As a pass a little bit wide for Walker to handle, and so the Rams will play in. 14 of their 21 of 22 opponents this year have been ranked teams, so they have been well prepared for this experience. And again, they have not lost to an Iowa team this year. Their losses to 2 larger Nebraska schools and 1 in Missouri.
Well, and that's, when you have a team that has the talent and you want to challenge them, you have the opportunity to go to different states and play teams. That's exactly what they did, and I think it's benefited them.
Chandley knocks down a 3 for her 15th point, and Chris Spiegler calls a timeout for Wahlert Catholic. So Wahlert Catholic back to within 15 with 5:48 remaining.
They have a chance. With their defense, and that's why they call this timeout. They're going to make some adjustments. They're going to have to start gambling a little bit, taking a few chances, see if they can turn over Glenwood and create a few extra possessions for themselves.
Glenwood led by 5 at the end of a quarter, by 11 at the half, by 17 after 3 quarters. But now as time becomes a factor, if Wahlert Catholic is going to make a run, it probably needs to start now.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now they need to make some changes and see if they can start cutting into this lead.
Chris Spiegler with just 1 timeout left for Wahlert Catholic. 4 left for Brian Rasmussen and Glenwood. Camden has had a double-figure performance today. Dives all the way to the hoop and scores. Camden actually with 9 points, not quite to double figures.
Camden just kept the ball alive, kept the dribble alive, and was finally able to shake her defender.
Again, the kick off the left baseline. Chandley leaves it short, partially blocked that time by Matheny. And out comes Scarborough. Abby Hughes quickly front court. Arnold in deep, scores and is fouled.
Arnold is the trailer on the play. They push the ball up the floor. And Arnold gets that ball on her fingertips and able to get it to the glass and score.
And Emma Donovan has fouled out. So the sophomore at 6 foot, who you get the feeling has not seen her last state tournament appearance, will leave this one.
And Donovan, you're right. She has got huge potential and is going to be a big factor for this team. I know, very upset right now. But you can take this moment and this experience, and it can help you become a better player in the offseason. And she is a player that's got a huge upside, and we're going to hear a lot more from her.
Brindley Arnold had just made the free throw. Same could be said for her.
Right, yeah, same type of player, that same type of potential. And tall players, big player, post players, and those are players that the college coaches are looking for.
So Glenwood looking for their 20th victory of the year. With a big lead, the ball batted out of bounds, and they will inbound it with 4:45 left, leading by 19, their biggest lead in the ball game. Maria Freed, the 5'7" freshman who saw action in the first half, checks back in. The inbound speed is Hughes. Hughes, nice job of getting around Nora King to score.
Just very crafty and kept the feet chopping, was able to just find the angle to get the good look.
From the top, Kutch misfires, offensive rebound. And the miss, and Arnold's there for the rebound. Scarborough races quickly into the offensive end. Pass intended for Arnold, just a little bit tall, and picked off by Freed.
And these are opportunities that Wahlert Catholic needs to capitalize on, and they do. They need to get back and turn up the intensity a little bit more.
Scarborough finds Arnold.
Boy, what a nice leave for Arnold. Scarborough with the no-look pocket pass.
And Glenwood right at their season average. They average 72. They're at 71 now. The 3 ball short. Chandley tries to put it back in. Now King will try. And a tie ball between Arnold and Freed.
Arnold is just a player that when she is down there in the paint, she makes you change your shot. She is a presence on the inside, and when you're going up against her, you see those long arms and you have to adjust.
Tie ball. So Wahlert making their first state tournament appearance since 2013. Very competitive for 2.5 quarters with the top-seeded and top-ranked Rams.
And they are a team that I think we will maybe see back here next year. They've got some players that will be back, and the way that they play defense and the competition that they play certainly sets up very well for them.
Handley now with a season high of 17 points after that last basket. And the foul called on Hop, and that will be her 5th. Excuse me, foul called on Wachter. And that will be just her 1st. At the line comes Madison Camden. Camden, who had a knee injury early in her career, but really battled back from that, learned to add a floater to her game, and it's really paid off for the junior, who averages 15 points a game. And there's no better free throw shooter in 4A than the player at the line.
She's just a physical player and gets herself to the line, takes advantage of that when she gets to the charity stripe, and as you had mentioned, playing with and through injuries.
She's an 85% free throw shooter on the season, and there's a collision off the ball. As that time, Matheny and Wachter meet each other. And Wachter gets the foul.
Yeah, they get introduced to each other very quickly, and as Wachter trying to fight through the good screen that Matheny set, Matheny held her ground, and they both went down in a heap.
As Matheny goes to the line, Casey's is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's player of the game. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans, making sure there's fresh pizza all ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's Cash, fuel discounts, and donations to local schools. Good effort by King, but cannot save it. Now Lauren Becker comes onto the floor for Glenwood. IMT Insurance bringing you the substitution. And a reach-in foul called against Amaya Levens, seeing her first action today. As Chris Spiegler wants to give as many of her players the opportunity to be on the floor in the state tournament. So top seeds Waukee in 5A and Cherokee in 3A have advanced, and the top seed here in 4A is about to do the same.
Well, so far they have the seeding right. The 1 seeds have fought their way through in the brackets that we have played.
Final 2.25. King is still hustling for every play. We mentioned earlier she wants to play college basketball, and she's got to have impressed some coaches who are watching in on this one.
I think we've seen a lot of good talent on the floor in this ball game, and you know that there are coaches watching, and a lot of these players are multi-sport athletes as well, and we've talked a lot about Wachter being a good soccer player. We've seen those skills displayed on the floor translate over to basketball, and a lot of these players are going to have the opportunity to pursue college careers in their chosen sport.
Wachter leaving the floor, getting a hug from Chris Spiegler. Grace Neitzer, 5'9" junior, number 24, comes in for Glenwood. Stanislav on the miss. That's out of bounds to Wahlert Catholic. And Becca Schmierbach makes her first appearance on the floor for Wahlert Catholic. She wears number 32, one of the graduating seniors for Dubuque Wahlert Catholic. Take away by Neitzer. And then she double dribbles it.
You know, whoever comes in for Glenwood, they know that first priority is push the ball up the floor and get it into the offensive court, and that's exactly what they were trying to do. Just got a little ahead of themselves.
So how about our player of the game?
Well, we've discussed it. There's several candidates that could be the player of the game, but I think we have decided that Coral Matheny for Glenwood is going to be the player of the game. 11.7 rebounds, a couple of assists, perfect from the floor, 5 for 5 from the floor, and just done a good job defensively as well.
So congratulations to her. Casey's is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls Athletic Union and today's player of the game. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for Casey's new rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. And scoring inside is Laura Becker.
Boy, a great pass, too. You take the ball right into the defense. They stop you, and then nice bounce pass across the lane.
So Glenwood, still undefeated against Iowa opposition. They move on to the semifinals. The Stanislav scores for Glenwood, and a timeout going to be taken by Chris Spiegler.
I think they're just going to take a substitution timeout and get those players in and get them on the floor at the state tournament.
Coming up in the next game, the 5th seed but defending champion North Scott takes on Central DeWitt. And still to come this afternoon, Harlan against Ballard and Bondurant Farrar against Dallas Center Grimes. And that will be the quarterfinal matchup and on to the semifinals. Gracie Oglesby on the floor.
One too many players on the floor.
Julie Bush on the floor. Allison Bainbridge on the floor for Wahlert Catholic as they get everybody into the action. And that time, Lovin's allowed to drive all the way to the rack. And there's a walk against against Becker. And it will be Wahlert with the basketball with 16.7 to play. Their season will end at 13-10. But again, they play a lot of 5A teams. And they fought their way with an upset win to get here to state and have to be proud of what they have accomplished this season.
They have to be very pleased with how they've played and were able to fight their way to get to the state tournament and knew that they were going to be up against a tough test in Glenwood, but I think they've showed very well here today. They kept it close. Their defense was strong and good, and they just ran into a team that likes to shoot the ball a lot, and they got hot.
79-57 is the final as the top seed in 4A, the Glenwood Rams, advance. And they improved their record to 20-3 with this 79-57 victory. So again, great effort today by Wahlert Catholic to try to knock off Glenwood, but Glenwood, a high-scoring offensive machine.
And some tears over there on the sidelines, but a hard-fought
in addition to receiving medallions
for Glenwood.
Let's send it over to Tim Fitzgerald for the awards presentation.
Provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gary Ross and Gene Berger. Congratulations to head coach Chris Spiegler and the Golden Eagles from Wahlert Catholic on an outstanding basketball season. And now Ellie Scarborough will advance their team to the next round on the official bracket at center court. Glenwood fans, your team advances to the 4A semifinals and will play the winner of Central DeWitt and North Scott on Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m.
What makes Glenwood the team that they are, Laura, a lot of things, and one of them is balance in their scoring, is they have 4 players in double figures today and a couple more with 9. So just great balance on the squad in the scoring column for Brian Rasmussen's team.
And that is something that they've relied upon all season long, is getting that good balance and not relying on one player to do the job. And you look at their three-point field goal attempts, they only took 12 here today. And they're a team that shoots 25 in a game, and that's something that they work their offense around, and that's a big part of their game plan, but they made the adjustment today.
And that's, of course, what good teams do, and certainly some of the work of the Wahlert Catholic defense forced them to go inside.
And they recognized that. They scouted that. They understood that they needed to not rely on that three ball so much, and they took advantage of the height on the inside plus the dribble drive, and they were able to extend that lead each and every quarter.
Abby Hughes with 15 points leads the way for Glenwood, with Emma Hughes also in double figures at 13, Camden with 11, and Matheny with 10. And again, great effort by Dubuque Wahlert Catholic, paced in scoring by Anna Chandley, 17 points.
Yeah, nice effort by Chandley, and got some help from Mary Kate King. I thought defensively they did a nice job. Really, I think causing problems for the first quarter and a half for Glenwood, and then Glenwood made those adjustments, but Wahlert never gave up, and they continued to fight and scrap, and just too much Glenwood in the end.
And so now Glenwood looks ahead.
Yeah, they are going to get the winner of Central DeWitt and North Scott, defending state champion. It's going to be a tough semifinal.
Should be very interesting, but that's the story today from Wells Fargo Arena for this one. On behalf of Laura Leonard and our producer, Randy Nielsen, I'm Larry Morgan, saying so long from Des Moines. Thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2021 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.